Why are you suffering from aches, pains and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
McDowell Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Another wonderful Wednesday afternoon to you, everyone. Welcome once again, and thank you for tuning in for The Real Issues with me, Shelton Daniel, your host and producer, alongside our technical operator, Alton Jaquan Joseph. I hope you're having a good day and indeed a good week so far. It is the 30th day of the month of October, 2024. And once we get past tomorrow, Thursday, and we hit Friday, we will be into the month of November. If there's anything special to prepare for, to welcome, and to survive and prosper and get your way through November, then now is the time to tie up those preparations. And if there's anything special that you need to exit October, to say goodbye to October, then I'm sure you already know what that is that needs to be done. My apologies for there being no program yesterday and the day before. Monday, it was a case of not feeling well, something which started since Sunday. Woke up with a headache that, while not the most severe that I've experienced, seemed to be very stubborn. Would relax for a little while when I popped a couple of painkillers, which I don't like to pop more than 2 in a day whenever I have those issues. But on this occasion, I had to pop a couple twice for the day because left me a little, came back. Wondered what could be causing it. until I realized it's an older thing with me that anytime I sleep well, and I did sleep well Saturday night going into Sunday morning, that I tend to wake up with a headache. And I'm thinking, the good sleeping should help me not to have a headache. But then I checked, it's really the heat, and that when I sleep continuously for a long period, something which is a rarity for me, that unlike when I wake up to use the bathroom or for other reasons or some noise, I'm a light, patchy kind of sleep. I think I've told you that before. I always make sure to drink some water. Now, people say you do that, the water itself will prevent you because you need to. Not necessarily. Sometimes I drink a good bit of water and I still sleep fairly uninterrupted. I feel okay. And the water just generally does good, especially since because of the heat, as I told you, I tend to have a fan all the time on me directly, and I don't put it to rotate, because of the heat. I want that fan to be cooling me. So that has a dehydrating effect. I know it's a risk that you have to take, as opposed to the heat itself keeping you awake. But in the long period of continuous sleep, I didn't have these interruptions where I was always careful before going back to at least take a sip or two of water. So as the day wore on and I paid attention to my hydration and drinking water, it got a little better. Happened again later in the day. So I didn't go anywhere for journée créole. I hate this kind of headache business, and you have to be at the wheel of a vehicle, and it's irritating you, it's bugging you. So I stayed home. Heard a lot about journée créole, and speaking about journée créole, yes, it's a couple days behind us. International Creole Day on Monday, 2 days ago. But the complaints were almost universal and without exception. People talking about the food, the price of the food. And it's not just the price of the food, but what you're getting for the $30, the $35, the $40, the $25. I mean, if what I'm seeing, the pictures that people took of the plates of food, then I can understand why they felt disgusted. I mean, you're giving somebody a little bit of saltfish. I know things are expensive. Everything is expensive, especially the things that are cultural, the things that are traditional, the things that we tend to use for dishes, for journée créole and culturally, observant times and so on. I understand. I'm sure even crabs now are expensive, to buy crab. There just ain't as many of them. Scarcity is one of the things that drives up price, We don't have as many crabs all over the place, I grew up in Dennery, and I could tell you, you just had to have a pile of stones, and at one point just go lift the pile of stones and you'd find endless crabs, in the river, in the night, all over the place. I don't know what has caused it, whether it is change in land use for housing, or whether it is the chemicals that we use so abundantly and so in such a carefree manner in the heyday of the banana industry, whether it did that. But it's a situation where you need somebody who has some ability, some skill, some experience to go catch the crabs, to tie them up, to bring them and so on. Crabs going to cost. They're going to cost more than we knew, where, it was a giveaway for somebody to give you a bundle of crabs tied together and so on for, little money and so on. I mean, don't talk for things like pigtail, I mean, you go to the supermarket and the cold storage places and pigtail and even trotters, pig feet, which have nothing more than a little bit of skin on it, and most of it is bone, cow heel, pat beef and so on, that people used to give that away to people as charity. When a cow was slaughtered, the local butcher and so on would give you that and so on, for very little money. But cow heel and so on, which doesn't have all that flesh on it, the kind of money you have to pay for cow heel when you want to do a cow heel soup or something like that, it's a lot of money. Oxtail, that's another thing that's a favorite of people. Oxtail, I mean, the price you have to pay for oxtail, even in times when you don't have journée créole. It's a long time I have not eaten cow skin sauce. I don't know if they bother to make it anymore, but I suspect everything, the price has gone up. People, I used to buy turkey quite a lot because even the turkey wing, the wing ends, it had a lot of flesh on it. It was relatively inexpensive, and I was told that it is the leanest form of poultry that you have available, unlike the chicken where there is always a lot of fat that you have to peel away and all these things. Turkey is relatively lean, but you realize how the price of turkey has gone up. People, even the price of chicken backs, Chicken backs that when you used to buy it when you were poor long ago, you had to hide and you were ashamed because it was a sign of your poverty, that you were buying chicken back, saltfish and so on, lamoui, is so expensive now, Sometimes when I go and I look at the chicken back and I say, boy, what you have to do to bring chicken back to a point where, it's palatable to you, all the fat that you have to cut away and all the, how you call that, the glands and so on, what they call in patois the mis. I think there's the lymphatic or whatever glands and so on that are embedded in the bone and so on. What you have to do to clean it up, to bring it up to a point where you can make a nice stew with it. At the end of the day, it's already $2 plus whatever it is a pound. When you take out all of that, you have nothing, almost nothing left. Sometimes I look at the price and I say it's cheaper, and you get more to buy leg quarters because the price differential between chicken back and leg quarters, they're almost the same, at least for leg quarters, you get the whole leg plus a little piece of the back attached to it and so on. All these kind of calculations. The point I'm making is that everything has gone up. And it's not just the meats. Right now, farm produce, whether you're talking about the dashing, whether you're talking about, a whole lot of different things, the prices have gone up because of scarcity. The whole matter of the long droughts that we have, the scarcity of water, the difficulty, that the farmers have, the areas in which they farm, and of course there is that problem of predial larceny. People who live simply to rob other people's farm produce. Voler jardin yo. This is happening all the time, and then I suppose the people who cultivate, they want to make back what they've lost and so on, and then there is the whole supply chain of transporting it to the point where it is needed by the market and so on. If you look at the price of fuel, a truck or a van or whatever loaded with farm produce and so on is going to burn some gas. It has to travel some distance. I don't think we have farms like that in the main population centers or areas of St. Lucia, like Grosile, as we understand Grosile to be. Yes, the outlying areas and Castries and so on, they have to be transported 1650 or whatever for a gallon of gas or diesel and so on. The costs are knocking up. The costs are knocking up, and they are adding on and they're knocking up and so on, and we're going to feel them. And I know what it is like when the people who run the restaurant and the food service, but at the end of the day, even when you take that into account, the kind of prices tells me people who want to break people's arm to make up for what they were not making at other times, or they believe there is an opportunity on a given day, and so they're going to charge you an arm and a leg and more. It really, if you're going to do that, at least give somebody something. You give them a little bit of saltfish mixed in with some mixed vegetables, and then when you look at it, it's a dry plate, no gravy on it, no peas sauce, 2 pieces of macambu, 2 pieces of plantain, not even a piece of avocado, and again, I want to talk about those things a bit more, Not even a piece of avocado. It looks like there's absolutely no regard, no respect for the people that you're serving. Maybe you could give them a little boot banan less, or a little, chow macabu less, or cut it up in a manner that looks more presentable and so on, and add a piece of avocado there, add a piece of, dashing leaf stew and so on, cheddar dashing, whatever that you put in it. You'd be surprised, the dashing leaf and so on makes a nice stew, and the different things that you can do and so on to make it look, and it's not going to be costing, I think, all that arm and leg that I saw happening. What was going on there was not just daylight robbery. To me, it was disrespect, to be serving people that kind of thing for that kind of price. And that is why I say a lot of the people who get involved, who jump on the bandwagon of those things, because they see it as an opportunity to make money, to make a quick buck, to make a big buck and so on. They're not people who really in that thing for the long haul. They're not people who are the food service people that And I want to suggest, when you go to those places, especially communities that you're not accustomed, maybe ask questions. Ask, who are the people, there was a lady down in Ancillary. Once I went there for Friday night or whatever, you were almost certain that it was she I was going to. She has a daughter who's often on social media, who's a vendor, I think, by the Blue Coral, outspoken person herself. Sisi is the name. Her mother, they called her Shabin, Efelina Bascom. This lady was, oh my goodness me, she knew how to, when I say she's not dead yet, but I think she migrated to better climes in the States and so on. Shabin knew how to prepare food. And, she wasn't, how to present it, how to serve you and so on, how to be polite, courteous and nice. I suspect even if she had charged you what you might consider to be overcharging, because of her nice ways, you would be prepared to pay for it. But her presentation was tops, made sure thing was properly cooked, not giving you anything that makes you want to puke or that you have to fight with it and so on, for you to chew it and for you to swallow it and so on. And maybe when we go to those places, we need to perhaps find out, tap the local knowledge. Who are the people around there who are really, like they say, the people who are really knocking, that you can go to them and you can be sure that you will get something which is, the sad thing is their food usually finishes very fast because the reputation, the good reputation they have developed, a lot of people go to them. It's them they go to. And I guess because of their efficiency and knowing what, they don't feel like they need to overcharge people and break your arm and whatever it is. They have the confidence that they will be there and people will continue coming to them, and they are proven right. So just that I really needed to say, I came from Antigua. And everybody who knows about Antigua knows the place is expensive. For one, water is a problem. For them, they don't have any rivers. It is ponds that they have all over the place that they take water from. Even some of the ponds that provides the water that goes in the pipe, really processed and purified to a high, degree and so on. There are some ponds that are owned by the state utility company, APUA, Antigua Public Utilities Authority, but most of their water is desalinated. 60% or more of their water is from the sea that they take and they remove the salt and desalinate it. They have those reverse osmosis plants and so on. The first time I went there, not to work, but more than 20 years ago, from the air looking down and so on, I said, wow, this place looks interesting, They have so many little lakes all over the place. That's why I said, it's amazing to see. The land seems to be dotted with little lakes, The little lakes were actually their water ponds and so on and so forth. But coming back to the point, Antigua is expensive. I have been telling somebody the experience I had when I first landed there. To live there and to work there 15 years ago. And I saw someone selling jelly coconuts, and coming from St. Lucia, a coconut for $1. I don't think it was even $2 yet. You buy a jelly coconut for $1. Apart from the water, you ask them to split it open, make the little spoon with a piece of the husk for you, and you go down in jelly. A jelly coconut, a really joyful experience to this day. Not just the water. People throw it away, but I'm telling you, when it really is a jelly coconut, you see that jelly inside. I can't wait to get to that. This thing, not only is it delicious, but it holds you. It has a nice feeling. How they call it, satiety, satiating effect, that when you take it, you don't feel hungry for a good few hours again. At least that's my experience with it. But anyway, I went and I saw a coconut vendor, and I decided, okay, I want a jelly coconut, and I didn't ask for the price. I just asked for a coconut, and I gulped that down, I scooped up the jelly, and then I asked for a second one. And when I was finished, well, how much for you? When he told me $10, I could have embarrassed myself, because chances are, coming from the St. Lucia background, I would not have expected that one jelly coconut would have cost $5. I felt it was an outrage at the time. But then again, as you get to know the place, you understand the matter of scarcity. We just don't have coconuts like we used, or coconut trees like we used to have before. Factors such as disease, factors such as hurricanes and so on. Yeah, hurricanes have damaged a lot of coconut trees, especially those that used to line the coast near our beaches and so on. Coconuts were there, we never had to worry about a coconut, dry or jelly. It was so, but disease, mealybug and red palm mite and lethal yellowing and a whole lot of things have just, ravaged our coconut. So we just don't have as many of them. We don't have the good quality that we had. A lot of them, the moment they've come out, you already see the withering and whatever it is, the mite or whatever that's affecting them and so on. So that's going to cause the price to go up. But when I was in Antigua, I could not wrap my mind around buying an avocado for $6, coming from St. Lucia, being raised up in Monrepo on a farm where we had so many avocado trees. And it was a question of avocado going to waste and avocado falling and avocado spoiling and grapefruits and whatever. But, this is the environment. It's a place that has it is a very hot place. It's a very dry place and so on. So the abundance with which trees would bear and so on, it just wasn't there. In time I got to understand those things and different things, the kind of money you had to pay for them. I said, wow, This place, they can pay you some good money, but it will go out of your hand very quickly, especially when it comes to utilities, the electricity bill, the water bill, and the supermarket prices and so on. Breadfruit, I cannot remember breadfruit being all that expensive up there. Mangoes, very nice up there because the dryness causes the mango sap to be thicker and to be sweeter. So the mangoes are not watery in Antigua. They're not, because of the dryness. You get mangoes when mango season and so on. Good quality mangoes. I can't remember buying. There were always friends who would give me mangoes and so on. And my goodness, sometimes I overdid it. I think the nice sweetness of the mango, I would sit down with a good, little tub or whatever of mangoes, and I would go down on them and really fall down. Delicious. Oh, when I came back to St. Lucia on this last occasion, and I'm seeing, I go to the market and I want to buy avocado on the price for the avocados. I'm saying, this is St. Lucia. I have to buy this, avocado for $5, for $6, for $8, whatever it is. But the most outrageous was breadfruit. When I say breadfruit, they ask for breadfruit, the small breadfruit. The breadfruit is $8. The breadfruit is $10. The breadfruit is $12. I say, what's going on? Is it St. Lucia? Now, I can't be critical because while we may think that St. Lucia is bigger, there is more land and so on, but my goodness me, when did the prices get there? Who, especially people around Castries who don't have connections with family in the countryside and so on, will feel like going and buy a breadfruit. Say what we want about the supermarket many times. That's your best bet to get something. The marketplace and so on, where people sell things based upon their, okay, give me $8. Okay, give me $10. No scientific way of weighing and so on. And then you drive around St. Lucia and you see there are so many breadfruits. Breadfruits are still spoiling. There are places you pass, trees are loaded with breadfruit. People don't care with it. So I don't know. Some things need to be worked out in terms of getting produce from the farm to the to the market or the marketing board or to the supermarket and so on. Because especially, I can't talk too much for avocado, but especially in the case of breadfruit and so on, I still go to many places and say too many breadfruit. Now, granted, the places the breadfruits are, not anybody or everybody will want to go there and get it. It might be in a little cliff, in a little pashma, you can panche this or casco and this kind of thing. Those things, they require some skill. They have some risk in them and so on. But St. Lucians should be able to enjoy the space of their country without those high prices, especially for locally grown or produced things such as breadfruit and avocado, which we are still able to grow, I think, in sufficient measure. There's imported inflation, which we have no control over, fuel prices and this and that and the other. And once again, the historical and cultural acquisition of certain tastes for saltfish, which I think is Canadian cod, which is dried and whatever, salted and so on. I mean, there's very little we can do about it, but I don't know, honestly. I can understand why people say the one thing that dampened their joy in Juniqueal was the food and the prices. And again, it's not just the prices, but the quality, the presentation, the appearance, the bout figure, bout banan la ou manger ça ou ka santi a di ka guiji en let do, no gravy, no sauce, no, nothing in it to say you put a little aguma thing on it or whatever, nothing like that for people, so I don't know, folks. We need to knock heads on those things. Now, I told you what happened to me on Monday. Why? I got up because quite a few people, it seems, working at MBC were not well. And when I heard, about this person is out, this person is not well. In fact, the morning, Dr. McDowell had asked me if I could do Zafen no, and I said, Doc, I've never said no to you anytime this request come through, or to Yadi or whoever of them. Once I'm there, I do it. But I told him, Doc, I'm very sorry. After today, I just can't seem to pull myself up to do it. He said he understood. And then as the day wore on, I realized I would also not be able to. But when I heard the amount of people who were not well, I said, no, partner, try to pull yourself. Pull yourself up and go. You can't have Yadi couldn't make it in the morning. You couldn't do it for him. I mean, this person not well over there. That person not well. I said, no, I'm going to go. I got up and but the legs and, sometimes when you're just not in it, and I sat down. I did that about 3 times, getting up to try to dress up and so on, and just, body just not responding. And I said, wow, some days you just have to say, it's not working out. And thank you very much for your understanding, but that is what happened yesterday. And later in the afternoon, about 3:30, I got a call and message from the President of the Senate, Miss Alvina Reynolds, telling me, she don't know if I've been informed, but Senator Kejiana Toussaint Shalry is unavailable or out of Ireland, so I'll be needed in the Senate the next day. So I just got to know that kind of late in the afternoon on Monday, and then I said, okay, once I'm all right, let's do the notifications, and I'll make it my way, considering this is national service. So Tuesday came, and I was feeling a lot better, and I made my way down to the Senate, etc., etc. And I think many of you would have been watching. So yesterday was the Senate. Monday was just not feeling well. But let me tell you, when the Senate was over, what time we finished? About 4 or 5, I can't even remember. But after we stayed in the members' lounge, had a little chat, had something to eat and so on, the socializing and talking and so on. And then I looked outside and I saw, parked in the parking lot of the Parliament building, I saw the traffic very heavy at around this time of the day. I suppose that's when people going home, and it was I said, just let the traffic cool down. Even if people, always courteous, let you come out of the parking lot onto Labrie Street. I said, wow, this is the kind of thing where these days, I don't know, getting through and about, town and the north and so on, sometimes fairly short distances take so long, the traffic is at a crawl. And on top of it all, people are always doing some kind of foolishness on the road that will cause unnecessary accidents that then hold up traffic even more now. And I find it's happening. I said, let me just allow, the traffic, it wasn't a jam per se, but heavy traffic to just die down a little bit, stick around and so on. Eventually, I went in my vehicle, stayed there, waited. I got out, but at the point that I got out and so on, the traffic naturally quelled because people had made their way. I said, rather than go home, which is in a northerly direction, let me go south and take another look at the Millennium Highway, since I had not been out for Journée Creole, so I had not been able to take a look at what was happening. And I'm telling you again, folks, I'm not trying to be disparaging deliberately of anybody, but Millennium Highway, yes, a lot more progress has been made on it. A lot more stretches and segments and sections of it are better. But there's still work to be done, I know, with sidewalks and those things and sidewalls and whatever we call them. Millennium Highway, I do not regret that I called it the Forever Road. I mean, how many years has this project been ongoing? When they're supposed to finish, one time you had July, one time you have February, another time you had July, another time you had September, another time you had October. Well, October is almost done. By the time Friday rolls around, October is gone. And you still find that there are areas that they have not paved, that they're still struggling with something to do with it. When you come down that little hill from the roundabout by the OKEU and so on, and you're heading south and so on, you go down the little hill, it's okay, there's a little flat area before you take the last piece to go to the gas station. That seems to be taking forever to close off and to fix it and so on. And it goes on and on like that. And there is the part which I have told you before, the one that is from the lower Ciceron Gap and so on, to go into the tunnel, the northern tunnel, the one that is beneath the Lattock Road and so on, going down to the Bannon roundabout. They haven't even touched it. It is bumpy, it is full of potholes, it is just in a terrible state. It is getting worse. I see they have lined a lot of the concrete barriers around it. I mean, it just is not in a... And I mean, how long has this thing been going on for? The Forever Road. We've decided we're going to name it the Julian Alfred Highway, That is a very great responsibility of honor for our Olympic champion, national hero at that stage, I can say, Julian Alfred. When we're going to close it off, when we're going to get some joy, when they're going to do the sidewalk so people can do walking and jogging and whatever it is and hiking peacefully and safely along that road. This has just taken too long. You can say we're in November already. What is it about that road that has proven to be so challenging to the contractors and to the consultants? And on top of it all, there is what I call an arrogance of silence about the road. There was a time you used to get a little press release, whatever, from CEO Williams and so on. You just nothing, no statement, nothing to the public to keep them updated that this is what we are doing and this is what we're working on and this is what, I mean, come on. There was a time I remember, what was this chap's name? Mandis Singh. Who was he working for? Halcro or whatever it was. And there was always a statement keeping you updated on what was happening, to let the public know that this section of road, we are letting it settle so that, it can be properly compacted. XYZ ABC. We have had a problem of pipes breaking underneath the road, so we want to leave it there as kind of a test to make sure that the stress on the buried infrastructure does not cause any breakages or ruptures, so that we can, fix it before we pave it. So when we pave it, we don't have to dig it up. These are the kinds of communications that come in. It has just dried up. It's like whatever it is, and you just have to take it and accept it, and we don't owe you any explanation. There is that arrogance of silence about on this forever road. And I don't know if Miguel used to help them with the drafting of the, but as if from the time Miguel is not at infrastructure again. Hold on a second. As if from the time Miguel is not at infrastructure again, I don't know if they were depending on him to help them craft their press releases and their PR. So he made, I don't know. As if from that time on, CEO Williams' press releases have just dried up. What happened to the consultant? Does he have a duty to keep the public posted? I don't know how it really works. This forever road, and we don't know whether that little piece I'm talking about going downhill to the Bannon roundabout, if it will not take another year again, the way things are going. When you believe this thing is going to be closed out, I mean, it just seems to drag on. Little areas just seem to stay, you pass the tunnel, you go below what I saw, that lower Cicero gap and so on, not the Monkey Tongue side. You go there, up a little hill, you go down, the road is not paved again, and there's loose stones and so on that can throw you off, and then they seem to be making progress, and it just stops. What is going on with that road? Somebody tell us something now. Tell us something about the forever road. I mean, Minister Stevenson King comes and he talks about the Chaussee Road, why, we've had, disruptions and so on because they're trying to do some work on the pipes that are bursting to prevent that from happening. You get that kind of communication just about everywhere else. But the forever road, the Millennium Highway and so on, which to me cannot be rocket science and so on. This thing is just like, upe toufe, upe fâché, upe enragé, nous pas mêler, we don't owe you any explanation. I mean, man, come on. Anyway. Folks, it's already 1 o'clock. I'm going to take the commercial break, and since we were out for 2 days, I'll be opening the phone line straight away so you can, express yourself on any matter. There's something else I want to say, but that shouldn't take long and that shouldn't get in the way. And in any case, if you call, I will interrupt myself to take your call. Real issues.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
McDowell Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay By Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosile Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with the Real Issues on this Wednesday, the 30th of October, 2024. Telephone lines are open for your calls. The numbers to dial are 487-9849. That's 758-487-9849. You can WhatsApp call us on this number. Yes, if you are overseas, you can use that number to make a WhatsApp call to the show, to make your comments, suggestions, disagreement, whatever it is. 758-487-9849, and you can also reach us on the local landline 4533-911. Okay, so we can take your calls now. I mentioned a couple of things that I just wanted to touch on, and but we have our first caller, and like I said, keep on calling. I'll interrupt myself. I'll just put off what I have to say and to take your calls. And so we have our first caller. Real Issues, you're on the air.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. And how are you doing?
I'm doing okay today. Yeah, I'm doing fine.
But who gave you all these holidays, Sheldon?
Oh, I already explained.
You know, I missed you.
Oh!
For the 2 days I had not heard you. Like if I was missing my high.
Don't you make me cry now, because this is so moving, so
No,
touching.
don't cry, because you know when the bald head man comes, it's another problem. Yes, let's get to the nitty-gritty.
Yes.
I have said, and I will repeat it. I will repeat what I said. I did not get that power Baolawi. I got it from somebody whose words have value. St. Lucian, you see that road that is dragging C.O. William playing in the ball? Michael Shasley has shares in C.O. William.
Oh, he does? You know
And
that?
that, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you.
You know that for a fact?
And that is a political game.
Okay.
And one day you will say, oh, she was right. Muna ki ba mwen story sala? Well, over 5 years ago, Michael Shasley has shares in C.O. William.
That's the first time hearing of
What is
that.
the reason they are pussyfooted? That cash 22 that's going on in there, it's a political game. And probably Julian or Alfred might have them retire before they finish it too.
Julian what? Oh, Julian Alfred, okay.
Might have them retire
I don't know.
before they finish it too. Et Makadou Sheldon, c'est un jouet qui a joué là.
Yeah. Somebody just sent me a message saying that maybe they're taking the name Millennium Highway literally because this thing looks like it's taking 1,000 years.
Yes, what I am trying to believe, I am convinced it takes longer to repair than to build.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, this is going on forever, it seems.
Yes, it takes longer to repair than to build. Because isn't it over here?
Oh, yeah? No, man. To me, this road started when they say 2017 or 2019 or whatever. This thing has been going on for years. Somebody, message me and tell me the correct timeline of this thing. This road has been, this project, was signed or whatever a few years ago. I hope I'm not mistaken, but please, Miguel, somebody, shoot me a little message or something about that road.
Sheldon, what other roads added to it?
What's that?
What other roads? Did they have other roads to go through to build add to it?
I don't know.
To Cicero and other places?
Yeah, not to my knowledge.
Wow. Mais moi, dit autres sont joués qu'à jouer là, ça sont political jouer. Si autres voulaient quoi, mais un jour, autres quand ils sont joués, moi te dis autres ça. Alan knows very well what is going on in there. Alan has a lot of people in places to frustrate the government. Mais moi, t'en dis, si c'est Jude fini, quoi pour pipli en jelly, sans tabac. C'est pas pipli quoi pour qu'il prend. Quoi pour qu'il prend bambou sur ta bouche lui. Parce qu'il va ça jamais n'y a pipo. Nous bon. Have a good day, people. Enjoy you the rest of your day.
All right, thank you very much.
Ciao, bye.
Now, to my friend in Dominica, who's been trying to call me twice since the program started just now. You don't realize maybe that I am on air, so I can't take your call unless it's something that you want to say on air. The moment you call me on my phone, it would have to go out, okay? Thank you very much to the other person who sent a message saying Donald Trump has said that Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu is doing a good job. And I think the person has sent me this message because it appears that the UWP has a great problem with the communications director of the SLP, Senator Lisa Jawahi, stating that Minister Moses Jean-Baptiste is doing a good job with healthcare in the country. It doesn't mean healthcare is perfect. It has no faults. It has no shortcomings, whatever. The minister always admits that. He always says we have challenges. But what you can see is a commitment to addressing those challenges, and not just the commitment, but the actual doing of things to bring, the stabilization and the development of healthcare forward in St. Lucia. And what I cannot understand is how come it is now that the problems are being addressed and they are on the verge of being resolved in many cases, including the completion of St. Jude Hospital. Including the completion of St. Jude Hospital, the restoration of the National Stadium, the problems at OKEU, which recently got an injection of about $15 million recently. And not only that too, but we've been told that the fifth wing, which was aborted, or the fifth finger of the OKU is going to be built by this government and so on. That all of a sudden it's all kinds of protest everywhere about healthcare and the state of healthcare in the country. It's like they wait until they realize the problem is about to be no more a problem, that now you want to come and you want to raise hackles about something that is on the cusp of being eliminated. Because most of it was done, during your tenure, was caused by you. And so you fear that if it is going to be resolved, you are not going to have that basis on which to attack. You fear the government getting a feather in its cap. That's what it is. So you're making all kinds of noise as if there is a crisis in healthcare. The crisis was there. Most of it you caused it. Buildings that were already up at great cost, demolishing it and coming up with something that was nowhere in the plans, never factored in the reckoning, a big box and so on. And then now we're hearing all different kind of things, that the box was meant to be the top for foreigners and the bottom for locals. It was going to be and you were going to have a university around it. What kind of foolishness is that? You want to build a university? Build a university. Or let the people who want to come and establish a university come and rent space or build their own space. Why is it that it's always St. Lucia that has to underwrite, the treasury of St. Lucia that has to underwrite what you are presenting as foreign direct investment? Is we who have to pay Ojo Labs to come and set up shop here? Is we who have to give to our king 1,000 acres of our land and this kind of thing, and a whole lot of different things of subsidizing, giving away our lands to foreigners, and then we have to go and buy it at top dollar, buy back from them, and all this kind of thing? I'll read the message of that person in a moment because we have another call coming up. I don't need to hear what I said already, Good afternoon. You're on the air. Real Issues.
Good afternoon, Shelton.
How are you doing?
I'm a bit tired.
You're a bit what?
I'm a bit tired.
That doesn't sound like that doesn't sound like tiredness, That sounds like something else.
No, it can't be anything but tiredness, Shelton.
Yeah,
Don't come and mix my words there with your words there.
Well, it is tiredness as a result of something, but go ahead.
No, Shelton, impossible. But let me ask you, Shelton, is there, according to my grandchild, is there a recipe, a specific recipe for getting candidates of the United Workers Gang of late? I mean, must you be of a certain mental or lack of mental something to become considered? Because Shelton, Shelton, I want you to tell me something, because you see me in that mental space I am there, it's not good. How did Chico become customs controller, please? Do you know?
I don't know. This is a matter of history now. It's water under the bridge now. I don't know.
A matter of fact, Shelton, how did you even become a customs officer? Is that what we're looking to have contend with Mr. Pierre, the mighty Mr. Pierre, economist, prime minister, Mr. Pierre, who has taken care of many bald heads, and we're bringing somebody on the bottom rung of the bald heads ladder to contend with Mr. Pierre? I mean, you want to challenge the prime minister. You want to challenge. If I were Alan Chasney, I send in Chico to Mikud South, and I go into Castries. Former prime minister meets prime minister. Challenging the man on his level. Wait, I take that back. But Shelton, that thing yesterday, right? Now, Tuesday's turn to Tragedy Tuesday, Magic Tuesday, that kind of thing. You mean to tell me, means put him a portion sexist moon, Toi dans yon famille kat vini tout bout à sous chimé chaussée yo ka complain hein health center moun de ka complain taratan yo te là yo fait yo pas fait rien right yo de bout Saint-Jude yo pas fait rien significant en affaire health pays avec la fini jodi yo mele de ke my God, let me say, just like Senator Shawahir, Honorable Moses Musa Baptist is doing as excellently as can be done under the circumstances, which is more than can be said for the former Minister of Health, who was really silent for 5 years. And anytime she was approached on any issue to do with health, she never had an answer. She never had a solution. And when she felt the need to speak, she would go, why? Those were her responses. Have they forgotten? Shelton, let us not take these people too seriously, because you see the lack of what? Let's see what Ross said. And the re-election of this government is going to happen, especially if this is what we are presenting. I want to urge all young people who have intentions of getting into the political fray to go and get yourselves educated. Ensure that you know how it is to speak properly. Your diction, your vocabulary must entice people. Not the nonsense, not the rush to talk that was on the show yesterday. I bid you a good afternoon. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you very much. You know, the other thing that came out from yesterday's so-called protest, you know, on show say about the Castries Health Center being shut down, the issues about Castries Health Center known for a long time, you know, the lack of preventive maintenance and required ongoing maintenance of public facilities that were allowed to just... is when you hear people talking about, also now people have to go to Victoria Hospital to access, you know, services that were at the Castries Health Center. Right, Castries? Right, Victoria? They have to go. This exaggerated sense of distance that we have for a country so small as St. Lucia, 238 square miles, 14 across at its longest point from north to south, I think 21 miles and so on. You know, for us to be in this kind of exaggerated sense, right, Victoria? We will have to go Victoria Hospital. If you were going to Castries Health Center, now you have to go to Victoria. That's so far that we have to talk that kind of way. I mean, stop doing magic with ourselves and pappy showing ourselves, no man. Anyway, we have a call on the line. Good afternoon. Real Issues.
Hey, good day, Sheldon. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Sheldon, let's say something about the health getting there, and that pappy should have passed on for a demonstration yesterday.
It's not just pappy show, but Rufus Busquet said, how do you form a government with this? It is so pathetic that now we have to ask ourselves, how do you form an opposition? People can't even form a decent opposition because all they want to do is to try to embarrass people and shame people. And so they select candidates based upon what they think is their embarrassment capability, but they're embarrassing themselves. But go ahead, my friend. I'm sorry.
But now, here is. With all the care, you care about healthcare, and you care about St. Lucian's healthcare, and you care about this, and you care about that. With all his lies, with all his bravado, and with all this foolishness, he's now afraid that the SLP will finish St. Jude's. He said that the SLP should not finish St. Jude's. It will be final open. You're afraid of GPH coming in to give people work.
Yeah.
You understand? You have the audacity to say you don't want the government to finish St. Jude's. He messed up the health system. Shafne forgot he was Prime Minister, you know.
Yeah. Shafne behaves as if 2016 to 2021 never happened.
Yeah. He forgot his stock stages for 3 years. He forgot he didn't utilize you for almost 3.5 years until COVID hit. You know, at one time, remember, they forced nurses tried to force nurses to resign and then to go on contract. Remember that? And at the end of the day, all nurses had to go and look for greener pastures, left the health system, go go overseas to work. You understand? And on top of it all, you give Kim city priority over everything. You understand? As if okay, you belong to Cayman City. You understand? You refuse to repair the same Castle Health Center you're there protesting about. You refuse to repair it. You do nothing about the Castle Health Center. Not a nail that was punched into the Castle Health Center. And today you want to go and protest by the Castle Health Center? Huh? The health center in Laris was burnt. You never attempted to repair the Laris Health Center for the people. And you want to talk about you care about people? I don't understand. It's not just vindictive.
Yeah, what is care? What is care? How do you define care?
Yeah. You know, he's still trying to come on fool solutions about healthcare insurance.
You know, honestly, I just don't know what is the legitimacy. What gives Alan Chasney the confidence that he can go back to sell himself to St. Lucians on the basis of performance when the track record is there? But then he probably knows that you can snooker and mama guy people, and you can blue them, and you can. I don't know if you think St. Lucians are Timboy or Deck.
And remember you say like social security, health security, whatever it is. You give everybody in St. Lucians be getting a card with $75,000, right? Remember that?
Yeah, the same old bluff.
At the same time, he always on TV. The country is broke.
Yeah.
So if the country broke, where the hell is getting the money to put?
Yeah, where are you going to? Exactly. Good point. Where are you going to get that? You know? The country is always broke. Where are you going to get the 75? And the foolish yellow people, they're swallowing all this garbage. And does insurance work like that? That you give a fixed allocation sum to everybody or to people and so on, or insurance is a pool from which you grow out based upon the needs. Somebody in a year they may never need more than $50 out of the insurance. Some may never tap it, but some may need $500,000 because they have a kidney or heart issue or something. So that is the way insurance works as a pool. You understand? I don't know that you give people prepaid cards of 75,000 whatever. A person may never need the 75,000 or anything close to it. Somebody may need 5 times the 75,000. You know.
And there was an individual who was the Minister of Health, just only in the name. Chasney was the Minister of Health because Mireta couldn't do shit without Alan Chasney. Alan Chasney was the one who's controlling everything. Remember, he's the CEO of the board.
Yeah.
He's CEO of the board, so nobody can do that unless if they travel, he has to travel with them too. If they make decisions, he can veto it, and nobody can say, Mr. Prime Minister, you're wrong, or you're going against our advice. They cannot say that. What he says goes. You understand? Up to now, we can't find the white paper yet for the health policy. That white paper just turned black. Remember, Janica Simon asked him about a white paper, and he totally ignored her because there was never a white paper on the health policy. You understand?
Yep.
So when he said I care about the people of St. Lucia, what care? What damn care? You only care about yourself because you want to come back in office to go and reap more havoc, just like Trump doing in America. Only for yourself.
I mean, we know we have had problems. You know another place cause that I want them to go and demonstrate, not too far from the Castries Health Center. Go and demonstrate outside the Walcott House project now. They won't go there. Because then you will have to answer questions of how it came to be stalled and how it came to be frozen and stopped and all of that. And why? Go and do that now. You don't want to go to places where and even some, but again, I realize that political energy, the UWP draws a lot out of it from shamelessness. I mean, the fellas are coming now and they're protesting and demonstrating things which everybody knows directly they were responsible for.
But you realize 14 hours they're protesting.
Who?
When she arrives, people like come up to and she left the idiots just standing there.
Okay.
Because she like attention. So she has nobody coming, so she can't stay among those fools. Because three or four people stand up there protesting cash results in there, and you're the most experienced one among all of them.
Yeah. And
you magic yourself. Who buy something what? Understand? And the 2 years I just call about and check. Let me tell you something. For a man who was controller of customs, and you say you have that level of education. I don't know what education. I'm not putting him down per se. But my God, if you're going to speak properly. speak like you're somebody with class. You're speaking like a little toddler, like like he's selecting words to do.
And you know who they're sending him up against? They're sending him up against a man that they have tried to papi show because of his stammering and this and that and the other. If you're going to want to papi show a man because of his articulation and his pronunciation and all this kind of thing, then at least send a man who, when people hear him just once, you understand, they don't want to stop listening to him.
The Prime Minister gave his Jimmy Creole address. And he told everybody to enjoy themselves, in Creole. So Timothy Poleo played that on his show, and the man had heard that music. Oh, he's very disappointed. Shasta could have been a better thing in Creole. You understand? I say probably you're just being sarcastic and stupid at the same time.
But to each his own. Everybody has to do their thing and what they feel they have to do, for whatever reason, So.
Yeah,
I guess it's one of those things.
We all know the reason I want to say so, but it's all right. the story will come out sometime as to why Timothy did all that.
Yeah, well, I'm doing what I believe I need to do and needs to be done. Whatever. I have my reasons. I have my motives. I have my
conscience.
Yeah. So everybody have their own reasons and their motives and their So we just have to respect them for it or accept it. As being unnecessary. But thanks very much for your contribution.
All right. Okay.
All right, Jagwan, if we don't have someone already on the line, let's take the commercial break, and when we come back, we'll take more calls, and I'll try to read some messages as well. But we're getting a call now. Do you think we should take it before we go for the break? Okay, let's take that call. Hi, good afternoon. Real Issues. Hello.
Shelton, good afternoon.
Hey, how you doing, my brother?
How are you, my friend? I cool line up, Papa.
Yeah, doing okay, man.
I will go straight into it, Shelton.
You going to what?
I will go straight into it.
Okay.
The first aspect or the first portion of my contribution is how did the Castries Health Center arrive at the conditions that it is now? And it is not Richard Frederick that is responsible for it. It is not the MP for Castries Central.
Right.
Sarah Fraud was in office for almost 6 years. And it was just an empty shell that was there. An empty shell. Mm-hmm. Absolutely nothing. Everything was demolished under Sarah Fraud.
You sure it's Sarah that did the demolishing? There's another fellow very good at demolishing, Tudbai say quasi.
Well, she was the one in charge of Castries Central at the time.
I understand.
Everything was demolished in Castries Central.
Yes.
The health center. It was only a shed that was there. That is the point one. Now point two. Is a little sense of humor. Because Stevenson King and Richard Frederick was in a cover.
Talk to me.
Because King beat Frederick, Gata.
No, really? Well, I would expect nothing less. I mean, Richard must be really...
King roll over Frederick, Papa.
Yeah, Richard must be really, really, really foolish to go and tackle King, No.
In the first semi-professional football competition.
Yeah.
Laclery win that, man. But I'm happy to see that it's two teams from Castries. Laclery wins Central Castries, where I live. They play second, so good vibes. My third point, about 2 Wednesdays ago, your partner was on Newsmaker Live because that is his fortress. So in the closing statement that he had to give, I couldn't believe what I was hearing, Shelton. Our partner say that he is willing to listen. I couldn't believe that. He is willing to listen. Now you want to listen, Papa? You yourself make it clear that you don't listen. You let the jackass bray.
You let the dogs bark. You let the jackasses bray.
You let the dogs bark. But now you're saying you want to listen? Now you're saying you are a changed person? But if you change, Papa, you change from bad to good. You change from bad to worse. Because it is now you begin to insult people. It is now you begin to disrespect people. It is now you are trying your best to ridicule people. Saying how Philip J.P.A. cannot see. He cannot see. But you write Philip J.P.A. cannot see corruption. Because he do not involve in that.
Right.
Philip J.P.A. he cannot see wrongdoings. And the only thing that Philip Japia is seeing right now is how he could improve on the lives of our people. Shelton, have a good day.
Okay, my friend. Thanks. You as well. Let's take the break now, and then when we come back, we'll field more calls and, like I said, read some messages from the Facebook Live.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
McDowell Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Real Issues is on this Wednesday, the 30th of October 2024. And we have a caller on the line already. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Daniel.
How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good, thanks. Good afternoon to all the listeners. Shelton, let me congratulate you on your presentation yesterday at the Senate. You did very well. But listening to the Senate yesterday, what really captured me was Freer Polius presentation on the barrel concession bill. Let me ask you a question first. Isn't the parliamentarian one who is elected?
Well, I guess we all are parliamentarians. When I say we, I mean, the Senate and the House, they're all parliamentarians. You often refer...
I kind of not hearing you,
Yeah, I said, I think you can consider all of them senators and elected members to be parliamentarians, but only those in the lower house, the House of Assembly, are elected members of parliament, The others are appointed,
Well, that's what I was saying. I know parliamentarians are elected and then the Senate is selected. But what really captured me was she making the plea for non-elected parliamentarians.
Yeah.
I suspect that she's missing the largesse. Because I remember when Sean Edwards was the sitting rep on the opposition bench, that he got pas même saksi mais joine.
Exactly.
Et c'est fureur qui était tout petit là gouvernement a dépassé. So pour qui actuellement il a fait un désordre that parce que c'est elected parliamentarians qui ont concession. I mean tout le monde joue une concession comme Gideon Ferdinand dit. Tout le monde a une concession, even moi as a cette lycée si moi ni Bawi ka sort l'Amérique. Money concession. So pour tu ka fait go issue out of ça. You comprend?
Oui.
So yeah, that was what really captured my attention yesterday. I mean, these people are really missing the power, missing the largesse, and they're really hungry for power. And my other point was on Chasney at that secret meeting they had, making the suggestion that they should take the fight to the Labour Party. Isn't that a form of incitement of violence?
Yeah, well, we've heard quite a lot of it. So much of it has been coming from the opposition, and I think there was a time that UWP used to pride itself as being the party that did not encourage violence and confrontation. It was the party of, decent and upright and law-abiding people and so on. So it just goes to show how the character, how the nature, and we can say the marketing of the UWP has changed, over the years again,
But we should also remember that that Alcindor lady and Stevenson King told you Sapa Flabo.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, these are Chasney followers. And I suspect what happened that Chasney poured water in the kerosene of the Flabo. So now the Flabo enlightened. That's how I see it. But I must say, if it was a layman like me that made such statement, I would be in custody. The police would have taken me in for questioning.
Oh yes, absolutely. No doubt about that.
Yeah,
but yesterday when Senator Fera Polius, made those remarks, I was reaching for the button on my microphone to indicate that I wanted to speak, but the leader of government business, Senator Gideon Ferdinand, he beat me to it and he dealt with it. And this was exactly what you were saying, that he made the point. How can you now be making such an impassioned plea for senators, and I don't think senators is herself, I think she was making a pitch for, to be able to get whatever the concessions are so they can bring in things and toys and whatever for their constituents, when you, according to the parliamentary and constitutional configuration, you don't have a constituency. You understand?
Exactly.
You are not an MP. You don't represent people. Sean Edward is the MP. And yet, when there was an arrangement for all MPs to get a certain amount of money disbursement so that they could execute approved projects and so on in the constituency, you all cut it off exactly in the 6 constituencies that were represented by opposition members. I don't remember Senator Polius then or to this day ever making a statement to say, well, this is regrettable, it should not have happened, whatever, nothing like that. But you want now to come and for this government to do for you as a senator, as an unelected member of the parliament, what your government would not do, with respect to 6 elected members of parliament in the House of Assembly, which included Denry North. And it was not Sean Edward you were hurting. It was not Alva Baptist or Kenny Anthony or Moses Jean-Baptiste or Philip J. Pierre or Ernest Hilaire that you were hurting. You were spiting the people of constituencies. Look at the election results, in 2016. Ernest Hilaire won Casper South by less than 50 votes, You understand? So that means there has to be a sizable proportion or percentage at that point of Flabo people in Castries South, right?
Yeah.
But you don't mind spiting them so that you can spite Ernest Hilaire. You don't mind depriving them so that you can victimize in your mind Ernest Hilaire and Philip JP and so on. I'm telling you, this is a very dirty, vindictive, wicked, evil mindset of people who do that, and the people who supported it, whether by actively encouraging it or by remaining silent and not saying we shouldn't do that.
My final point, we must also remember that these Chasney followers, they are just nothing different from the leader. He doesn't take responsibility for his action, and then when there is a need to say sorry or apologize, he would not. So we see the trend continuing, and I don't think it will stop. And as elections get nearer, I believe it will get nastier. So we all got to beware and look out, for them. They're coming with a vengeance.
I mean, are there any courageous people, morally courageous people in the UWP to say, look, yes, collective responsibility, yes, I am subject to my prime minister as the head of the cabinet and so on. But nobody, not Sarah, this great moralist and person who stands up to fight for what she believes is right and wrong, as they tell it. No Sarah, nobody, Bradley that we had talking about, he's the moderate kind of Flabo and so on, could have said that, look, we hope we can have a talk. You don't want to offend your leader, I understand, but to say, I hope we can have discussions to resolve this matter, etc. None of them, they were prepared to fall in line behind Alan Shastey in this vindictive action against the people of St. Lucia. The same way with the National Trust. Shastey wants now to come and try to sugarcoat. He didn't withdraw, he withheld, the funds for the National Trust. Oh, I mean, come on. Shastey believed we were in a different country when he was doing those things, that we don't know that it was Tulsi. And that is the thing I find about Shastey, which is despicable as it is scary. If Shastey wants to do something to me, he don't care if he have to destroy or hurt everybody else at MBC or whatever it is I'm associated with. He wants to take you. So Shastey wants to spite the 6 opposition MPs. He don't care what knock-on effect he's having on the people of the constituency, including his own supporters, including Flabo members and Flabo people. He gonna do it anyway. And this is the way the guy behaves. And when people fall in line behind me, I can't have too much respect for them.
Well, Shelton, we must also remember that Chasney will burn a house to kill a rat, and the other thing,
some of the rats are his rats, you understand?
Yeah. At the end of the day, none of them can stand to Chasney, because remember, they all have to submit. And remember what the prudent guy said: if no one falls in line with Chasney, they cannot be the candidate. So we're seeing the theatrics playing right now. And as I said, it will continue, it will get worse, it will get nastier as election gets nearer. But all what I urge the cabinet of ministers is to be vigilant, be aware of what's going on, and continue to do the good work for St. Lucia. Continue putting St. Lucians first.
Yeah,
That's my contribution.
Thank you very much.
All right.
487-9849 and 4533911. I think we have another call on the line. Hi, good afternoon. Yes, Real Issues. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, what I want to comment on is something we were talking about earlier. Like, when it comes to food and the prices and so on, we have a very age-old issue of rationing food, or food scarcity. Sometimes sometimes you can barely eat exactly what you want, or even close to it. You probably cannot afford. And we have a big problem with the predial rationing now. It's at a dangerous level now. And we have these are very age-old issues, right? But we have the new issues surrounding things like the CIP and so on. Now that we realize, probably we're heading, we're not taking really care of that food issue properly, right? and it might be an established.
What do you think we need to do to take care of the food issue?
Yeah, we might need to. Well, again, as anything else, we need to look at the root of the problem, right, and attack it like a shortcut. Don't think of what's happening overseas. Just think of what we can do here, and that's the shorter way of doing it.
What I'm saying, what do we need to do? Because it's not that there's a shortage of breadfruit in the country. I see breadfruit in places all over and so on. Some trees are almost falling down from the weight of breadfruit on them. Why do we need to be buying or selling a breadfruit for $10, $12 in St. Lucia? You understand? I know you're a man, you know about those things.
That's why I'm saying you raise such an interesting point. Because again, if we have to counterbalance that international passport fiasco thing, like giving up our identity as a people, and useless we're talking about who's born in St. Lucia, who cannot be prime minister. Now, these are the issues. How do you deal with the issues of the food security and so on? And in the policy that you have to bring to replace or to which we have to do it now. Otherwise, maybe everything like reparation will be less of an issue. As you see, it's in a struggle in the Commonwealth, but it's going to be less of an issue earlier on when we adapt to all these people coming here and our culture is so watered down. So we wouldn't be taking care of poor people as such, because that's what we're talking about here now. Because people have to spend all their money on what they eat. If you see, and then you have nothing to go for a holiday, nothing, and that's not. I mean, you're worrying about your bills and so on, and I think that's a stress on the people. These things should not be. Now, if agriculture was going well, money circulating, that would not even be an issue, especially if you had the food availability. Now, the other issue is it's become a psychological thing, Like, we're not supposed to have food in St. Lucia. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if people are looking for other ways of living instead of agriculture. But there again, to make it, easier, we need to get inspiration from other people who have struggled and then fit it in the agricultural sector.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
People have struggled to get anything done in St. Lucia. Okay. Now you need tools. Give me a second again. You need tools, right, to do anything. Like if you go into qualified to anything, it's just to get among the people who do the work, the tools and the equipment that you need.
Now let me ask you something. As a man who I know can relate to when I say, we grew up in places where avocado trees, whether they were planted or they just grew by themselves, I mean, they were in abundance, and not only that, we know an avocado tree, let's apporter, mod saka charge exaboka, I'm not saying the season may be coinciding. Avocado falling all over the ground and so on, it's rotting and so on, etc., etc. Why in this St. Lucia of ours we have to be finding avocado for, $6 an avocado and this and
that's another problem, apart from making sure that everybody eats it and it helps in the economy and gives everybody employment, because you get it by the shop and just behind the shop it's rotting and there's one in front there for $5-10. That's a separate problem.
Do you believe that we need price controls over those things? So say, okay, avocado.
No, we need a scheme to replace the danger that we are heading, because we are putting ourselves to that. The trees have been covered with lentus and Godmore now. Nobody cares. You understand what I'm saying? And if you care about it, you seem to be the one.
But don't you think that the people know that the tree of avocado that is covered with lentus and Godmore, that just a simple cutting of the vine at the bottom, and there is economic opportunity in that you can make some money off it. You don't have to price yourself out of the market so that you put it at a price that nobody wants to buy it, so it stays on your hand and so on. But if you sell it at what you might consider a more decent price and so on, in line with the abundance of seasonal abundance and so on, I'm just saying, does it matter more for education of people than policy? Is it that we need better education?
No, it's less of economic things for the people. It's like a national benefit that you have to look for what avocado bring to us. Because if, for instance, you take avocado as a unit, like the Chinese come with 6 different crops. Take avocado as a unit. You employ people in avocado to take care of everything, to really even know how many trees we have in a specific area, right? Then you have a record that the government can use. Because government doesn't have record of these things. Plus, when you have that there, you employ just enough people so that each of these people can get enough money, like a good salary, like $3,000 or something like that, for the year. Because the industry can. Now you do that for every crop in St. Lucia, so it's not a matter of of thing, because I've noticed, I used to use that thing, the analogy, but they in Mexico, avocado stops a lot of crime in a wide area, because, and then you have it's a massive export to the US. I didn't even really notice that, but something.
Yeah, and then you have cartels developing and all that. But we want to give others a chance. I understand, behind places like Mexico, the development of cartels, we think is just for cocaine and so on, but the agricultural cartels and all of that, that want to control the avocado trade and so on. But we have to move on, okay? 487-9849 and also 4533911. We're getting another call. Hi, caller. Good afternoon. Real Issues.
Yeah, good afternoon, man.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
I want to speak to Mr. Shelton Daniel.
Yeah, you're speaking to Mr. Daniel.
Huh?
You are speaking to him and you are live on the radio, on air.
I'm live on the radio.
Yeah.
Okay, Shelton, man, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great.
I've been trying to reach you for a couple of months now.
Really?
Yeah, man. You have never done nothing.
Hello?
Anyway, I must say, man, the junior Creole, man, was very rough, man. I had it tough, man. So that had this thing organized in Ansari, in Monipo, and then, and people who left my area, they couldn't get to me. Those who left, I don't know.
People couldn't get to different places?
Okay, my brother.
What's that?
I'll call you tomorrow. All right?
Oh, what was that person? Did you hear anything he said? Okay, I don't really know. It sounded like somebody who was very disjointed. And all right, we still have time to take a couple more calls. We have another one on the line. Yes, good afternoon. Real Issues, you're on the air. Hello. Hello, caller.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, hi, caller. Speak up.
Afternoon.
Hello.
Yeah, well.
Hello.
Hello, I'm there.
Yeah, go ahead. Speak up.
I'm there. Yeah, I'm hearing on the news that came. I don't know whether this is news at all. That there was a protest against the closure of the health center on the Chaussee.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't. Now, this was a laughable thing. There were 6 people that I count. 6 people. 3 of those persons were brothers. Or brothers. The Chicago.
The line. I'm sorry, caller. We're not hearing you good enough to continue this call. Hi, other caller. You're on the air.
Yeah, good day.
How you doing?
Yeah, I just remember something, Shelton. Remember, and it refers to Sarah Flood and a hypocrisy about the Catholic Church and a belief. Remember, I think the 98 or 99, whatever, I can't remember what year, when Kenny introduced the abortion amendment.
Well, it was the criminal code, revised criminal code. That's what it was. There was no specific abortion amendment. It was the revised criminal code, and in a very small part of it, there was reference to abortion. It's not actually saying, only when a doctor finds that the mother's life is in danger,
at risk,
etc. Yeah, but go ahead.
and she made a big bourrara about it, even calling the prime minister, the ministers and the prime minister baby killers.
Right? Murderers and baby killers.
Right.
And the moment the government changed, she lost all interest in that. She
lost all interest in that. She stayed on the floor for about 5 years.
Yeah.
And she even made an attempt to change it.
Yeah, never push them to basically repeal it or whatever.
When remember, Shasley said in a television interview on a thing that he never had any intention to put anything on Maria Islet. What? Remember that, right?
He never
he
what?
Said so. He never had anything to do. He never had any intention to put any building or whatever on Maria Islet. He never had any. He said he had nothing to do with Maria Islet. I remember a priest from Beaufort was protesting with the people from Beaufort about that Maria Islet thing, and then the priest was kind of unceremoniously moved out. And remember, the Archbishop Rivers made a statement about that again, and he was forced to apologize.
Yeah, I think I believe Sarah had a lot to do in the intimidation of Archbishop Rivers on this thing too.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, this is where the hypocrisy comes. Rivers said what he said based on fact. You understand? Rivers said what he said based on fact. But they pressure him to apologize because of what he said, because to Chasney it was offensive when Chasney knew that it was the truth.
Yes.
You understand? And you, Sarah, full of morality within the spectrum of your being. You want to come out now as if you're so judicious about it, you're so concerned about the Catholic Church and the courthouse being built there.
Yeah.
So you think there wouldn't have any conversation with the Catholic Church?
Well, not only that, too, the Catholic Church needs to make it clear that nobody speaks for it, that there is a hierarchy within the church, and they are the authorized officers and whatever bishops and priests and so on of the church who speak for the church. Sarah have no kind of legitimacy or authority to speak for the Catholic Church. She can pretend that she does. Or she can do her little lobbying inside there with maybe a priest or whatever outspoken who's sympathetic to her. But the Catholic Church has a well-established hierarchy. And in St. Lucia, the hierarchy is presided over by the Archbishop of Castries, Dr. Gabriel Malze, So I don't believe that she has any kind of, locus standi or however we want to call it to speak for the Catholic Church.
Yeah, and she's a spokesperson, and she's so full of morality. She speaks, as if this is the embodiment of everything. When you know all what Chasney is doing, all what he has done, all what he has said, will light up all lives, and you stayed there and you said nothing.
Yeah.
For 5 years, you said nothing.
Yeah. The same way I tell you, after the government changed in 2006, you never heard on the abortion thing again,
Never.
And the provision in the revised criminal code remains there to this day. It's never been repealed.
Even when after when she went and joined One, remember?
Yeah.
She's on a political platform. On One's political platform, she made mention that she was going.
We gotta go. It's 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock already. So wrap up. Quick.
Yeah. If she get up into office, she will remove that law.
Yeah.
Ipa succeed by one. Yeah. Number flabo. Exist by law.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hypocrite. All right.
All right. Thank you very much. And that's the real issues for today. Thank you so very much, everyone, for being with us, for re-engaging after 2 days where we didn't have a program. I wanted to get to the Facebook Live, but maybe some other time. Thanks very much, Jaquan, for another superb call with a superb job with the calls that were coming, one after the other. And we wish we could have spent some more time. But until tomorrow, Shelton Daniel for the Real Issues signing out.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues, 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
The winning numbers for the midday draw of Wednesday, 30th October 2024 were Double Daily Grand 2, 5, 9, 20. Big 4, 7, 7, 9, 4. The Big 4 Multi-X drawn is 5X. Big 2, 0, 9. The Big 2 Multi-X drawn is FP. 1 off, 4, 4, 5. Lucky 3, 3, 7, 2. The Lucky 3 Multi-X drawn is 2X.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton